Welcome to Ethel's Lifestyle. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back.
Basically, I just got flour, baking powder, baking soda, and some salt in here. I'm just gonna put this in. So yeah.
What's that?
It's flour, but yeah,
Okay.
stuff. And then cocoa powder.
Cocoa powder.
Yeah. Because it's a chocolate cake, and then sugar, which is some soft brown sugar and white sugar.
That's a lot of sugar.
It's a lot of sugar, but there's kind of a coffee in there, and there's other
Okay.
things. And there's other things balancing it out. It's a lot of sugar. It's different from a vanilla cake, but.
Oh, what cake is it?
I just said it's a chocolate cake.
Oh, chocolate cake. Oh.
And then yeah, it's always hard at first to try and sift it through. This is what actually gets satisfying now. Once you get past all the big bits, and then you can see smack it,
Smack it.
and then yeah. So sifting is important. So you get all the dry ingredients fully incorporated. Now let me do this so you can actually see. Fully incorporated is evenly dispersed, so you won't get like bits that are higher than the other. That's what happens if you don't mix your, well, you would say leavening agents. They're just baking powder and baking soda together. Baking is basically a science. Yeah, and all these lumps.
Okay, so we don't need the lumps.
No, you do need the lumps, but you kind of want to identify and break up all these lumps because even if it says pre-sifted, it's probably, after a while, it gets all clumped together.
Okay.
Things like sugar, once you get, after a while, you'll have like a bunch of sugar particles left. And all you need to do, now this, what is this? Is this supposed to be sugar?
It's like what the Bible says. We save the what did they say?
It's 9 o'clock.
I know, I'm tired.
I know, Jesus, I'm sorry
head.
right now. I'm supposed to record this. I'm supposed to be able to record
It's
this.
in my head, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, I've got my shadow.
God, wait till all my youth leaders get so upset. You can't record the Bible on point. Never mind. So like now it's just sugar. It's just sugar. That's fine. I can put that in. Because it's granulated sugar, it won't finely sift, so that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Put this away from the side. Mix those in. So now
Why are you doing that?
because I put the flour in first and sugar and everything.
Okay.
So now that they're sifted together, just to make sure all of them are more evenly distributed.
I can't even bake to save my life. I can't bake. I cook, but I can't. Pastry baking, nah.
Because it's a science. Anyway, so now that we've finished with all of the dry ingredients, wet ingredients in, those ones, they're just the sour cream inside. Yeah.
It's oil based.
It's an
I always
oil-based
like
cake.
your oil based cakes.
Yeah,
they're
it makes it quite
lighter.
soft. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said the white bits inside is just a sour cream. There's nothing bad inside. That, and then I'll put in. Basically, don't be afraid. This egg broke before. No, because I was filling up the egg basket, and the egg was cracked. I was like, you know what?
Basket over there.
There we go. I'm about to put the oil and the eggs in first, because then I can easily whisk them up. Because
You're not using the mixer this time.
No, because it's oil based. So when it's butter, you kind of need to cream the butter because that gives it the volume.
Okay.
And kind of goes flat. But when it's oil based cake, you don't need to cream anything, and you can't overmix this cake.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't overmix it.
Why
fine.
so?
Because it's oil based.
Okay.
Because it's cream based, because of the water in like the butter and stuff will react with the flour.
Okay.
So then it will start to form, gluten.
Yeah.
And then when water and flour come together and the gluten kind of forms, it doesn't become fluffy.
Okay.
Yeah. Another tip. So where it says like bread flour and plain flour. There's actually a difference. Bread flour has more protein in it. That protein is gluten.
Oh.
Yeah. So bread flour has more of that gluten because you want a lot of gluten inside the bread. Plain flour has less of that.
No wonder I can't bake. Because I had science and I don't mix.
So then, basically, this is vanilla paste. It's much more concentrated than vanilla extract.
Okay.
I can always eyeball the a quarter, so I don't really need to use the thing. Now that's just enough. So I know that. So with this, you use a third. So let's say I have 1 teaspoon of. For this recipe, we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Because this is vanilla paste, I only need like a quarter, one third of vanilla extract of vanilla paste because it's very concentrated. It's very thick. Then I have this special liquid.
Special liquid.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to tell them what this is, what's the alternative?
You can use milk. It's fine.
Okay.
This is different. I'm not telling you because I want to keep my job.
You don't want to teach them your secret.
I want to keep my
Then there'll be no more business for you. Oh my God! You're already thinking about money.
I have to. And then with this, don't massacre me for this. I know the thing's whole screen. It's okay. So I get a bit of that liquid, put it in.
Oh, why are you doing that?
And then we put it all in, then the sour cream won't mix properly. Okay. So if it spills, it's all in here.
Alright.
So to get it started. Another thing, it's similar to, let's say, I know if you're not making custard or anything, you do something similar when you're tempering your eggs to put in custard. Okay. So you know what that is. Basically, when you're making French custard, you have your egg yolks. But if you put your egg yolks straight into the milk, hot milk, it starts to curdle. So that's why you put a little bit of that hot liquid to the egg yolks a little bit, just to raise up the temperature so it doesn't like flash fry in there. See, now that's all mixed in.
Okay.
So now
that's the sour cream.
Yeah. So now the reason why I put sour cream because it makes it quite moist.
Okay.
Yeah. So now when I mix it in, it won't have. So you see how easy that incorporates now. If I put it straight in, it won't incorporate that easily. There we go. Then another thing. Strong hot coffee.
I don't know how that works.
So coffee brings out the chocolate in the cake.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Oh.
Okay. Oh, you put it and mix it at the same time.
Yeah. Because I know because it's warm, and it's not hot enough to cook the egg, but because it's warm, it's just a safety precaution for me.
Okay.
Just to, yeah. Move this up to the side. Right now you see I'm quite neat when I'm baking.
I know.
I'm not. So now I've got my dry ingredients, got my wet ingredients, and now what I do first, see my hands are clean. Look, YouTubers, you see like them with a bunch of like spatulas and everything. I prefer to use my hands.
It gives you that.
My hands are clean. I prefer to use my hands. So I put a little bit. The same thing with the sour cream. If you mix a little bit in, when you put it all in, it incorporates much easier. So we get that side. You know, like when you're making I don't like to pronounce African names because it's basically the custard alternative. I don't like. I always say it. Just try. You say akmu. No, it's not true. I can actually pronounce it properly.
Try it now. Try. Give it a shot.
Mom, this is gone on YouTube. It's for life.
It's okay. Nobody will judge you.
No, it's fine.
It's alright.
Don't worry.
I know how you say it.
People in my house can judge me. I don't want to. Thank you very much. I'm good, thanks. So now that some of them is mixed in. Oh, it smells like chocolatey. It's good. Okay, now I'm going to pour this all in. It may seem like a lot of batter, but no. It's fine. So just mix this all in by hand. This is just basically what happened to our big whisk. Because we used it so many times it broke. I didn't break it.
People keep breaking stuff.
I didn't break it. Did I break it? No, basically what happened, I found it and it was broken. So someone used it last and put it back there broken.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah. So when I came to use it, it was broken. Yeah. So it's small one, it's fine.
So after this you pour in the pan.
Yeah.
That's so straightforward. I can do that.
The cakes are so hard because you have to fluff up the butter in the electric whisk. This is just easy. And it makes them very watery, but it'll be fine.
Is that why you made it? Because it's easy? No. You want to give us a cheap cake?
No. Do you know how expensive chocolate stuff are?
Okay, sorry. Alright, I'll take that back.
Okay, you see all the bubbles? That's because the chemical reaction is already starting to form between the buttermilk, baking soda, and everything.
Okay.
Because the butter's to like the salt, yeah. So that's how like the chemical reaction with red velvet kind of forms. But yeah, similar. So the bubbles are starting to form. So let me actually go and get butter up that pan so I can pour it in. And the reason why that's great because these kind of bubbles is what really makes the cake really nice and airy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all science.
I don't know. I don't have a clue. I cook, but I don't bake.
So the oven's preheated and everything. So I just want to point out, you see all these little bubbles? That's a good thing. So another difference between a butter cake, to get these kind of bubbles when you use butter, you have to whisk it a lot. With this, you're making a chemical reaction within the cake. I'm sorry, I love science.
But you didn't tell us the measurements, but it's okay. You
I
eyeball.
want my job, thank you.
She doesn't want to let her have secret.
My job.
Oh, she's just giving us a clue of how she makes her cake. So she doesn't want to give us the full idea of you don't want to give us the full because she doesn't want to lose her job. Because if she teaches everyone, then nobody will be needing her cakes.
Yeah, but like if you want to find a recipe,
foil? Why did you put it? Oh, it's higher.
No, it doesn't matter. It just needs to cover the sides.
Okay.
It has the kitchen roll inside. It just cools up the sides so you can write evenly.
All right. Why are you doing that?
To get major bubbles out, so it's not like gaping holes inside.
Okay.
Now, put it in. I preheated the oven to 200 degrees. Now I'm just bringing it back down to 180, and it will be there for. And if you don't open the oven for the first 30 minutes, otherwise you get all the steam out.
Okay, good. Okay. So for the next 30 minutes, nobody should go there.
Yeah.
What happens to anybody who opens?
I just said it.
No, if somebody opens, what do we do to the person?
Oh no, smack that. I've done it
Smack
before,
that.
honestly.
All right then.
So here, yeah, I'm just making Swiss meringue buttercream. I prefer this one mostly because it's richer and it tastes better. I'm icing cakes, so I need it to be quite pale with a good colour. So what I do, I use my hands, they're clean. I separate my eggs like this. So I use 6 egg whites. What I do, I always have 3 bowls. So now my egg whites go in here, and then my egg yolks go in here, and now the whites go in here. This way, if one comes out and it's bad, or the yolk is in it, then it doesn't affect this whole thing.
All right.
Yeah, any yolks that go in there, it won't whisk up. And that's a problem, especially when baking, you don't have enough. Like a
So which icing is this?
This is Swiss meringue.
Oh yeah, the one that doesn't drop.
Pardon?
The one that doesn't drop when you whisk it a lot.
Yeah.
It's an Australian thing, isn't it?
Australian, it's Italian.
But why Australians eat it a lot? They do it a lot. It's one of their. I had a boss once that is Australian.
You know what? Don't quote me on anything, because I'm not that experienced in the game of life.
The game of life. No, somehow they claim they own it, but I think it's Italian. I think it should be Italian.
Yeah.
Maybe they just like it and they cook it a lot. They bake it a lot.
Yeah, maybe.
It doesn't mean that they own it.
Yeah, so I do it this way because if I separate it in here and I have egg yolks, then I have to throw the whole thing away.
Really?
Yeah.
Even just a pinch of it.
The whole thing away.
Why? Does the egg yolk poison it?
Look, right now, throw this away.
Really?
Yeah, I can throw only this away. If this was in there, throw the whole thing
yeah,
away.
that's it. Oh, that's why you.
So I clean my bowl out with soap and everything.
So what's it? If there's an egg yolk trace, what happens?
It doesn't whip up.
Oh, it stops it from
It doesn't
whipping.
whip up.
Okay.
So we don't get that volume and that kind of meringue.
Alright.
Yeah. And then I'm not going to throw these away because I'm making some cupcakes as well.
Okay.
I'm going to use the egg white, the egg yolks for a French meringue. French meringue is super soft. There you go.
It's like you're talking French in my ears. I don't bake.
Let's go wash my hands. So now that I have my 6 egg whites, I put in 360 grams of sugar, white sugar. So the ratio for this is for every egg white, 60 grams of sugar. When I was looking at a recipe for this, I needed to have, because normally I need to use much more icing. Yeah. So then I whisk this all together. And so with other recipes, this is it, and then you put it on top of the stove and start cooking the egg whites. For me, because I have faced experiences where the sugar, when it in here, it just crystallizes. Basically, I think there's like 6 forms the sugar can be, and then that's incorrect. That's actually chocolate. There's chocolate 6 forms of crystallization. Anyway, moving on. What you want is to have this kind of really silky kind of sugar meringue. But if it's done improperly, it has to crystallize and clump up, so it's not smooth. So what I do, then pause, I'm coming back.
There we go. We're all learning because I haven't got a clue. I don't bake, so.
Vinegar is an acid, so it stops it crystallizing.
Okay. That's why you always having this vinegar.
Honestly, I don't even measure, just squirt some in. There, that's cool. One more for safe measure.
For luck.
I know, yeah. The vinegar, you don't taste it. You don't taste the vinegar. It's fine.
Okay.
So this literally just annihilates the whole chance of it crystallizing.
Okay.
And it makes it much more easier. So Swiss and Italian are basically the same thing. I find Swiss much easier. The reason why I don't do Italian because for my 15th birthday, I wanted to do, and it was my first time doing an Italian meringue icing. You remember I did it 2 times and I cried each time because it never worked. Because they will either cook enough or crystallize. When I put the butter in, I was wasting a bunch of money and butter. I was like, it's okay, you can buy some more. Like, no, I can't be wasting money like this. Yeah, so now I do Swiss. It's basically the same thing. I've been traumatized by Italian meringue and butter.
But you should give it another go.
No thank you. No thank you.
No, you don't just get defeated like that. Don't stay defeated.
So now I have, I don't want this to show. I have water that's simmering. And now what I do, I'm going to go back on the stove just to show you because that's a bit messy. Like this, and you leave it there, whisk it until it's cooked. So you do that until it's Okay, so I basically don't really do what I'm doing because, see look, so you can use a thermometer. Thermometers are liars, in my opinion. It always goes wrong with thermometers. So I do something called a knife test. What I do, I put the knife in, like that, and I leave it out for a while. And then once it like cools down for a bit, and I swipe on it, and it's hard, it's thick, I know it's good enough.
So that's the meringue.
Yeah, and the syrup is heated up enough so when it whips up, it holds its shape. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to kill the heat. Okay, and immediately this is going to be a bit difficult.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm not with the camera.
Put this down. Yeah, those are experimental cupcakes. Don't look at that. Put that in. And that's going to.
Once it's hot.
Yes.
Oh,
and it has to whip, otherwise it's just going to. Please love, sorry. It's done now. It's done. But what am I doing now? So I'm just gonna yeah, so I got my cakes. This one, yeah, this is the first layer for it. Yeah, I'm not wearing this jean for aesthetic purposes. I'm a very messy baker, so then I always wear something that I don't mind getting dirty. Anyway, this is the Swiss meringue buttercream, the chocolate one I made. Went to bed 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get all these components ready. I put the down upon it because I just wanted it. Normally I would put this on a turning board, but because this is my family, I don't really care.
You don't care. You don't care.
Because if it gets a bit dirty, it's fine.
Be careful, don't break my head, please. I'm here.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. I don't know what that sound I made was.
Careful.
I just got these patches that are new, and I'm so glad.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be too even. I'm just making sure that when you bite into it,
So I hope it's gonna look nice.
No, it's going to look nice. It's just like because of these edges over here and it's a bit smaller, it's going to be a little bit messy on the sides. I'm going to clean it up. Anyway, these are some cacao nibs that I toasted. These are they're the chocolate bean. Put that all in. It makes it super chocolatey and adds with crunch. When I make stuff, I like to have different texture components to make it just much more interesting, I guess. You see that awkwardness? If you weren't here and I wasn't interacting with anyone, I'll just be here sighing a lot.
You'll be sighing?
I'll just be sighing a lot.
Why?
Speaking and sighing.
Okay.
Because I can't keep a conversation like that. No, I don't know how YouTubers actually do it. Oh god.
Yeah, so over time you just get used to it.
Over time, it's just been 3 weeks for you.
It's been 3 weeks. But I've always talked a lot anyway. apart from YouTube?
Yeah. They didn't put too much, but it's slightly better. Everyone else in this house is fine. If they don't like it, they'll force to eat it anyway.
Oh yeah, that's the butter. Okay.
That's the buttercream, and then the cacao nibs, and then this just goes on top. This is like always my favorite part. It always looks so pretty. Cake layer. And then this is what you call a crumb coat. So I'm just putting a little bit on here. This one doesn't have to be all neat and pretty. This is just establishing the actual structure of it and then keeping all those crumbs in. So when you actually put the proper thicker layer, there's no crumbs in it.
Oh, this is just like the pre-cement.
If we think about it that way, then yeah.
The plastering.
Yeah.
Then the other one would be the painting.
Yes. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, that's exactly it. Otherwise, I don't know, you get brick crumbs in the actual paint. I don't know.
No, yeah, you'd plaster with the cement. So
yeah, I don't know brick
when you're
crumbs.
painting, you don't get the brick crumbs.
Brick crumbs.
If there's anything like
What
that.
is this analogy? So when we do this one, I'm not going to use my bench scraper because I don't need it to be massively smooth.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, now I'm just doing a palette for the roses. It's chocolate, which is great because the chocolate makes it darker and more of a more natural red and stuff. Then this is just my red one. I'm going to start off with something light. I can start adding more colour as it goes ahead. And then everybody wants to eat. What can I do? I've been staying up till 3 in the morning trying to get this done. Then I rested for 1 minute, then the whole world is going into chaos. I don't even
Oh, that's the leaves.
Yeah, that's just
For the leaves, the green.
I'm gonna get another toothpick, and then for leaves, because the green gets too bright. So to darken it now, since red and green are, I'm sorry, this is buttercream, I swear. Doesn't make it so dirty. Red and green, because they're compulsory, is it complementary colours? I can't remember. The opposite colours, so they make a dark brown, so it makes a more natural green. Mixing this, and then I'll just start.
Just came to check how you're getting on.
Yeah, I'm abandoned with the dark brown.
Pardon, I'm sorry. So how's it getting on? Oh yeah, you've done the base, so you're doing the flowers now.
Yeah, so I did after the crumb coat, I did another coating and let it chill for like 15 minutes inside the fridge. And now I put in like. So my plan is to have all of this filled with roses and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I wouldn't want to eat it.
It has to be eaten. It has to
All
be.
right then.
If you're not going to, the rest of them will. So.
All right then.
Yeah. So this is just how I do it.
Oh, that's how you do it. That's how you did the other cake.
Yeah. Then I get a little bit.
Oh, that's a lot of time.
I get a little bit of my colours, just bring them in like this, and then place that, and just keep doing that. And then then I have my that can go away. I have my other spatula to help me out if I wanted to make the leaves a bit more 3D.
Okay. Well, it's 3D as it is.
I don't. Let me show you. So there's in the rose there's that center bit. So let's say if I bring in. Oh yeah. So this is my palette. Yeah. This is just my buttercream palette. Then I'll place it down here, and then I'll just try and curl it up a little bit to make it a little bit. Okay. Now that you're here watching this, it's not that great. Anyway. So then.
Okay, that's how you do it.
Then just carefully.
That takes time. Oh my goodness.
And then let me show you, let's say, another petal. And then, because I want this to be quite big, you have to really load it up. This sideways. So really load that up. Around. The good thing is that I'm ambidextrous, so I can use my both hands for each.